from the legal authorities or from any intelligence community, still broadcasted on the radio. This is Mr. Chair.
That's why we invited you because of the powers of corruption, and that's why we would like to inquire
to besmirch my or to destroy my reputation, dignity, and my personal even in those of my family.
Para ma-improve talaga yung aming
honorables and members of media. Good morning to everyone. Our 18th regular session is now called to order. Please stand for a short prayer followed by the national anthem.
Let us all bow our heads and feel the presence of our Lord in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Father in heaven, on this day we ask for your special blessing and a day filled with hope, joy, and optimism. We are gathered here today to serve you and the needs of our constituents. Please give us knowledge and strength to do your will. You have entrusted us of a great responsibility. Help us to share ideas, keep us kind and courteous to one another. Give us insight to the work at hand that we may further your causes and will benefit many people. Help us to support one another for the common good of our town, to consider decisions which keep us moving forward. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Yang magiliw, relasang silangagan, anang ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lumang inirang, tuyang ka ng pag-ibig, sa manunubig, di ka masisingin, sa dagatang puno, sa simoy, basta lagi mo ako, may nilagang tulak at hawit sa patlayang minamahal. Ang pisang lawat at amoy ganun ay narating. Ang bituin na parang yakay ay di magiging. Walang araw na walang ibang sinabi ay langit sa piling mo. Ang ligaya na pangay ng langit na paglalay ng dahil sa'yo.
Madam Secretary, kindly do the roll call.
Okay, good morning. We are now on our 18th regular session. The honorable members of the Sangguniang Bayan of Malay, Honorable Abram L. Swalog,
Present.
SB Member Natalie Kawaling Baderes, SB Member Jupiter L. Reg Galinero,
Present.
SB Member Frolibar S. Bautista, SB Member Lloyd B. Maming, SB Member Dalidigway Sumdad, SB Member Maylin Aguirre Graf, SB Member Danilo G. Los Santos, SB Member Dante C. Pagsugiron, and SB Member Julieta A. Aron. Mr. Chairman, we have 100% attendance this morning.
Good.
Okay, congratulations. Perfect attendance. So the chair will gladly declare a quorum. So let's move to the adoption of the minutes of previous session. Honorable Gallinero.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I move to dispense the reading of the minutes of the previous session, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so there's a motion from Honorable Gallinero to dispense the reading of the previous minutes, seconded by Honorable Pagsugiron. So the reading of the previous minutes is hereby dispensed. Okay, so let's review. Any amendments or correction on page 1? Page 2. Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Page 9. Eleven, 10. 11. Page 12. Proceed, Honorable Bautista.
Line 590.
Okay.
Not unless the community will not support, we will omit this not. Community will support.
Noted. Page 12. Page 12. I'd like to ask Honorable Gallinero to just review this page because there was apologies extended by the staff of the jetty port. Okay, on page, let's move to page 13. Page 14.
14, Mr. Chair.
Proceed.
Line 828. To omit this word we, because I think that they change it to they because we are not the one can do to help them, Mr. Chairman. This is about the operation at jetty port. Since we are not operating the jetty port, so it should be they, not
Okay.
we.
Okay,
And
noted.
then line 829, the same is, Mr.
829.
Chairman, is we can pass, so is they can, if they can pass.
Noted.
And line 836
836.
is right that we should remove also this we, change it to they.
Okay, noted.
Okay, Mr.
Let's
Chairman.
move to page 14. Page 15. Page 16. Page 17.
Mr. Chair,
Honorable Graf.
line 989,
What page is that, Honorable Graf?
page 17,
Okay, proceed.
line 989, misrepresented, remove the ED, misrepresent only. And then line 990, delete you have yourself or you have, delete you have, and then pretended yourself, delete again. And then line 991,
Proceed.
so at the end of the sentence, so should be removed. And then 994, penalty for him not to do it again have to be removed, Mr. Chair. And then line 1018,
Proceed.
remove is it, delete y is it, remove the is it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, noted. Let's proceed on page 17.
Thank you.
Page 18. Page 19. Page 20. Page 21. Page 22. Honorable Aaron. Okay, noted. Page 22. Page 23. Page 24. Page 25. Page 26. Page 27.
Mr. Chair,
Honorable Pagsugiron.
page 27, line 1636.
Proceed.
Just read, Mr. Chair. Which is to create and convene the management board condition that was stated in our endorsement. I'd like to omit the word stated in our endorsement, and instead I read, Mr. Chair, this is one condition that was verbally agreed upon during the previous endorsement of the GT port.
Okay. Noted. Page 28. Page 29. Page 30. Page 31. Page 32. Page 33. Page 34. Page 35. Page 36. Page 37. Page 38. Page 39. 40. Page 41. Page 42. Page 43. Page 44. Page 45. Page 46. Page 47. Page 48. Page 49. Page 50. Page 51. Page 52. And finally, page 53. Honorable Pagsugiron.
Mr. Chair, since there's no more corrections and amendments to the previous ordinance, so I move for its approval and adoptions and approval, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so a motion on the part of Honorable Pagsugiron for the adoption of the previous minutes, seconded by Honorable Lloyd. So the said previous minutes is hereby adopted with correction on page 11, line 590, page 14, line 829, 828, 829, and 836, page 17, line 989, 990, 991, 994, 1018, and on page 21, line 1231, and on page 27, line 1636. Okay, so let's move to the privilege hour. Any privilege speech? Honorable Gallinero is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning to my colleagues and good morning to our guest. Mr. Chair, this is with regards to the letter of the employees of the Katiklan and Cagban GT Port, Mr. Chair, on the terminal, asking for an apology, no, with regards to the acts that they were, according to them, with regards to their acts, when somebody, when the one giving the passes through the Malaynon and non-Malaynon, Mr. Chair, in the person of Miss Rose Aaron Magsipok, Ann Perocho Aguirre, Rosario Amar Kasidsid, Annabel Martin Arapan. Anyway, Mr. Chair, I'm overwhelmed, no, with regards to their acts that they are asking for an apology. But my point here, Mr. Chairman, that date, May 24, it is not that date of incident, no, hindi lang yun, kundi the previous. Actually, during this incident, Mr. Chair, I know that they know me, these four who wrote a letter, Mr. Chair. I don't know, four. What I am saying is that the one who is on the ticket seller, not them, because they are standing in front of that booth. And upon when I ask about the ano ba tawag natin yan? Passes o yung may code? Barcode. Yeah, the barcode, Mr. Chair. The one inside is the one who's something like he don't believe that I am a Malaynon, no? He's staring at me and then from head to foot. And this the group of Miss Annabel Arapan, because I know Annabel Arapan, Mr. Chair, she's from Manok-Manok. They smiled at me, and I never put on my mind that smile is an insult. Yung pag-smile nila sa akin, that they know me, and this smile parang ay wa guro kakilala kay Sb, parang ganon. Hindi po yun for me. Hindi po yun yung reason na dapat silang maghingi ng pumanhin, because yung smile nila is not an insult for me, no? Yung smile nila, yung pagtawa nila, parang something like ginigreet nila ako nung pagdaan eh. Hindi insulto eh. Parang yung smile nila sa akin, yung, ay hindi si Sb nakilala, parang ganon. So, the girl inside the boat is the one who is looking you and from head to foot, no? Kung Malaynon ka o hindi. Pero silang apat, tatlo o apat doon, I never, na sila yung dapat, kumbaga sila yung ano ba tawag dito? Parang nang insulto sa akin. Hindi po. Yung pag-smile nila, I smile also with them, no? Nagtawa pa nga ako eh. Sabi ko nga eh, hindi siguro ako nakilala, okay lang, sabi ko, parang gano'n. But I actually, Mr. Chair, I'm overwhelmed with their action, no? Kahit gano'n, at least sila ay humingi ng dispensa. But knowing Annabel, hindi sila yung hindi sila, kumbaga hindi sila yung nang-iinsulto sa akin eh. So, yun lang, Mr. Chair. So, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Mr.
Honorable Bautista.
So there was a misrepresentation here, Mr. Chairman. No? Since the one who asked an apology is not the one who made the mistakes, Mr.
Yes.
Chairman. So, and I have a question to SB Glinero is he satisfied in spite that the person who asked an apology is not the person who made the mistakes during his passing through the jetty port?
Actually, Mr. Chair, no, to answer the question of Honorable Bautista, I'm not sure if the one inside the booth is also signed here. Kasi hindi ko siya kilala. Yung nakilala ko lang yung group ni Annabel eh. So maybe he's one also of the signatory in making an apology. A letter.
Okay. How many persons who signed the apology letter, Mr. Chair?
There were four names.
So I think the SB Galero had to check the names of those signatures or who signed the letter to Chairman.
For me, Mr. Chairman, no, with this act, I'm already satisfied, no, because I'm not sure if the one is in the ticket, the one who's giving barcode is here, but I think this is an act of a very good act with their group, Mr. Chair. So I'm very satisfied already with this letter, Mr. Chair. Anyway, according to them, they are only implementing the provincial ordinance mandated to them by the provincial government, Mr. Chair, which is true. And yung acts lang, yun lang yung medyo hindi ko nagustuhan. But I'm already satisfied with this letter, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Mr. Chair.
Thank
Anyway,
you.
it's up to him if he's satisfied or not. Anyway, he's the one who's been
Okay na.
Okay. But I heard
a
from
victim of that smiles.
I heard from the three of them that their smile, you know,
Yeah.
it's admiration. Guwapo gid man si Honorable Gallinero.
Inobo ko,
So
Mr. Chair.
you should be happy for that, Honorable Grab.
I have a question to SB Gallinero. What if they do that to you again? What will you do?
Actually, Mr. Chair, no, this time, if you could, I don't know, in some of other colleagues, no, right now when I'm passing through GT Port, because some of the guards knew me, they try to, kumbaga, samahan ka ginanda pa to sa may barcode. Kung sometimes anda ro galing nagabolit barcode.
VIP treatment.
It's not a VIP treatment. Siguro para hindi unsanda makasala bala ang iba nandang kaibahan, no? Para hindi nga makauman itsala. Oo. So siguro that's the point, no? So I'm very glad with that, Mr. Chair, no, na somehow para hindi man hindi na magkahiyaan, yun na lang yung ginagawa ng mga guard. And I appreciate their deeds, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you. Any other privilege? Honorable Pagsugiron is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Anyway, I have some concern here, Mr. Chair. First, Mr. Chair, I received a letter from our PISO coordinator and the persons of Ms. Jonah Solano. This letter was addressed to me, Mr. Chair, being the chairman on labor and employment. Please allow me to read this, Mr. Chair.
Proceed.
Anyway, this is just an information. There is Sb Pagsugiron, good day. The undersigned, together with my alternate, attended the 2nd Regional PISO Congress with the team PISO, pinatibay, pinalawak, pinahalagahan, last May 22 to 24, 2017 at Iloilo City, in which our LGU was given plaque of recognition for ranking first in the province of Baclan of its profound commitment and consistent support and the National Skills Registry Program of the Department of Labor Employment, or DOLE, Mr. Chair. So, with this letter, of course, I would like to congratulate our PISO for doing their job well, Mr. Chair. No?
Excellent.
So, my congratulations to Ms. Jonah Solano. Next, Mr. Chair, I'd like to report also that about the stagnant water. in front of MacDo near the mall, Mr. Chair, because if this body remembered about the invitations of BIWC, so I attended that meeting, and it so happens that Barangay Chairwoman Lilibet Sacapanyo and one representative from Barangay Manok and the persons of Honorable Licerio were there, attending. So it's a small group, and we discussed about the drainage problem. So at that time, I challenged BIWC if what solutions they're going to make on that stagnant water, and they said if there's anybody from the LGU who will assist them, so they will provide the manpower and the equipment. So I challenged them. So I told them, so okay, tomorrow, the following day, I will be there, and we will do something for the stagnant water. So the following day, of course, the barangay representative were there, and we also called the attention of the engineering and zoning office to, of course, at least to assess. And so we start, looking or finding the problems, because I found out that there's a big volume of water flowing in the drainage canal, Mr. Chair, and it's a clear water. At sabi ko nga, wala namang ulan, pero ganun na napakalakas. So we start yung every 2 meters, binutasan namin yun. We start, I called up also the attentions of the mall management, even the MacDo, and until now, there's an ongoing repair there, Mr. Chair. So we found out that there's illegal connections, 2 pipes in front of MacDo, 4 and 6 sizes of pipes, So siguro MacDo yun. So pinaklose namin yun, And then another 4 pipes in front of yung sakay, yung besides crop, 4 na pipes na tig 4, So nandun open pa hanggang ngayon, Mr. Chair. At so na-notice namin na talagang malakas pa rin yung flow. There's a big flow of water coming from sa area ng siguro dito papunta ng Crown Regency. So I instructed BWC to para tuloy-tuloy, i-matrace, at saka ang daming mga clogs doon, Mr. Chair. So as of now, medyo na-resolve natin yung problema doon, yung sa stagnant water. Wala na, may continuous na yung flow ng tubig. Kailangan matrace talaga, kasi alam ko, Mr. Chair, is may illegal connections na talaga na nangyari doon, or maybe there's constructions that dispose their water directly to the drainage canal, Mr. Chair. So actually that is an update right now with regards to the stagnant water in front of MacDo, Mr. Chair. Another one, Mr. Chair, is the concerns of some tricycle operators, so about e-trike, that their e-trike were issued a private LTO registrations, alam naman natin na siyempre sa una talaga yung private talaga, but their concerns now is since naglapse na yung 1 year, and gusto nila i-renew yung registration sa LTO, but the problems is the LTO cannot issue to them yung TC for the absence of the issuance of franchise, for e-trike, So I don't know, because since we have already an ordinance, existing ordinance on the granting of franchise to e-trike, Mr. Chair. So I think if possible, so we can start issuing franchise to those operator who already built the e-trike, Mr. Chair.
Okay, for the information and guidance of the body, we're just awaiting for the transportation officer to submit a draft requirements on their part. We're ready to issue franchise to the A-Trikes. So according to one of my staff this morning, that they're going to submit it this week, the requirements, or I think it was submitted already. It's for review. So hopefully by next week or the following week, we can already issue a franchise for A-Trike.
Also, anyway, that's good news, Mr. Chair, no? Yun kasing problema dahil hindi maka-issue yung pag nag-renew yung LTO, so yung status nun, yung classification is still in a private kuwan pa rin yun, Mr. Chair, no?
Okay. Is there any other?
So, last one, Mr. Chair. This with regards to the
okay, proceed.
Status of our present status of our snorkeling area, no, and this pertains also on the collections of snorkeling fees, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, may mga tickets ako dito ngayon, hawak ngayon. Ito dalawang klase pa rin, halos tatlo nga, Mr. Chair, yung klaseng ticket. This was given to me yesterday and this morning. Tickets, may tickets na bearing 6 digits of serial number and 7 digit. And I confirmed this from our Treasurer's Office sa kay ng LOSI. And according to here, yung may serial number with 7 digit is the one issued by the Transportation Office. Kaya lang, mayroong 7 digit, pero yung measurement niya, medyo magkaiba. Medyo nagtataka nga ako kung bakit ganon. Tapos mayroong, according to our Treasurer's Office, mayroong stamp, no? Mayroong tinatatakan. But some of the tickets has no stamp, no? So, meaning, pwede pa ring fake, no? And at the same time, according to the Office of the Treasurers, tickets having 6-digit serial number is absolutely fake tickets, no? And being not issued by her office, no? At sa totoo lang, Mr. Chair, very rampant ang issuance of fake tickets at this time. Not only in Tambisaan snorkeling area, but this ticket were issued at Station 1, Station 3, at doon mismo sa snorkeling area, Mr. Chair. There's also a report na minsan tinatatakan lang guests without issuing tickets. There were also reports that they issued 1 ticket only for a numbers of snorkelers, Mr. Chair, no? So, I don't know kung anong pwede natin gawin dito, but I requested from our Treasurer's Office mode of collections starting this last year up to this time, Mr. Chair. At makita mo dito na since August up to now, the office collected only, remitted only 1.5 million. And remember that hindi na ngayon 20 pesos, Mr. Chair, no? Starting January, they start collecting 40 pesos for every snorkeler, Mr. Chair. So meaning dapat dumami at as per our statistic, no, as per arrival of our tourists, nag-increase. So meaning, dapat nag-increase din ang revenue natin or income coming from the snorkeling collection, Mr. Chair. No? Pero dito kasi, nawala yung na-deprive tayo na yung local government. Kasi halos araw-araw may report sa akin, Mr. Chair, regarding this rampant issuance of fake tickets na hinati-hati yung pira, at saka yung nangungulikta, Mr. Chair, is not even employed by the local government, and not if it is employed, it's not under the office of the Treasurer's Office, Mr. Chair. So meaning, medyo kanya-kanya lang sila doon eh. Even our Treasurer's Office, head of our Treasurer's Office, and the persons of the Joso, wala na eh. She give up. Wala na sa magawa. She knows what happens in the snorkeling area, Mr. Chair. Pero wala siyang magawa eh. So, I don't know what is the pleasures of the members of this august body, pero I am bringing this concerns because this is already a long time problems, but until now, wala pa tayong solusyon dito. Thank you,
Okay,
Mr. Chair.
before I will recognize the interpellators, I'd like to ask Honorable Pagsugiron, you stated a while ago that the collection remitted to the office of the treasurer from August up to the present is 1.5 million. Do you have the statistic also of the collection in the previous year? The same period of the previous year?
I have a copy of that, Mr. Chair, but I forgot to bring with me today. But maybe in the next in our next session, so maybe I can present the comparison, Mr.
Okay, so we'll find out if there are discrepancy or if there are increase in collection. Now we cannot determine as to whether there was a decrease or increase. Okay, who wants to interpolate? Honorable
Thank you, Mr.
Bautista.
SB Pasugiron said that there was a report. So shall we know who make the report to SB Pasugiron, Mr. Chairman?
Honorable Pagsugiron.
The one who is a member of the Malay Fisher Folks Associations.
Because,
And even these documents can prove, Mr. Chair, these tickets is a proof that there is a problem on the collections of snorkeling fees, Mr. Chair.
Because
This is the documents.
Mr. Chairman, I am very more concerned on the report that they just make the sharing of the collections, and there were times that only one ticket been issued to a group of snorkelers. So this is very alarming, and he mentioned earlier that even the treasurer now is maybe made the surrender for what's happening there in the snorkeling area. So I think we have to invite the treasurer in this plenary, Mr. Chairman. It's very alarming, no? And if he made the statement that he cannot do anything with that problem, and SB Pasugiron is reporting here since day one, no, of when we started the decision, no, of this august body. So I think we have to do something and to make an end on this issue, Mr. Chairman. To invite the treasurer, so we must know from her if she cannot do anything, then we have to do something, no, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so there's a suggestion from Honorable Bautista to invite the municipal treasurer on our next session.
Mr. Chair.
Honorable Gallinero.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. With regards to the privilege of Honorable Pagsugiron, Mr. Chair, it's very alarming, no? Since this problem is not only this week, but according to Honorable Bautista, since day one of our session, no? Anyway, Mr. Chair, if this cannot be solved, Mr. Chair, di ba, parang yung dapat na para sa bayan, ay kung totoo yung mga aligasyon o yung nire-report kay Honorable Pagsugiron, Mr. Chair, they are depriving, no, the income of our municipality, Mr. Chair. Would you imagine if one ticket, no, issued that is only 40 pesos, but issued to the group, isa lang inisyo, 40 pesos, pero yung binayad, pagpalagay natin, 500 pesos. So, mas malaki pa yung kita nila kaysa munisipyo, Mr. Chair. And I hope, Mr. Chair, this August body, because of our, can we create or the committee can make a committee hearing or meeting with regards to this problem, and then we have to gather all the evidences, and then the committee, if found out that there was an anomalous transaction or there was a fake tickets issued on that group, Mr. Chair, maybe the committee can recommend to our chief executive, Mr. Chair, to discipline those erring employees of this municipality, Mr. Chair. Because we cannot, for the first place, Mr. Chair, it's very hard, no? We are targeting 450 million in this year's budget. And then, hindi pala pumapasok sa kaba ng bayan. The same thing what happened, no, to the previous case, no, with regards to Mrs. Ip, no? If the committee can make a committee hearing, and then if we gather all the evidence and make a report to our chief executive of what will be the sanction or disciplinary action will be given to those erring employees, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so there are two issues that we're going to resolve. First, the suggestion of Honorable Bautista to invite the treasurer on the plenary.
Mr. Chairman, I think I will put it into motion, no,
Okay.
to invite the treasurer to shed light on this issue, Mr. Chairman.
Proceed, Honorable Bautista.
So I move that the treasurer will be invited, no, maybe on the next session, or when is he available, Mr. Chairman, to be in the plenary to explain to this body, no, and shed light on the issues brought by Sb Pasugeron. This
Okay.
as a treasurer, of course,
Yeah.
he knows what is our duties and responsibilities. Because if that's true, those acts are anti-graft and corrupt practices. Will be charged to this culprit, Mr. Chair.
Okay, before we approve the motion of Honorable Bautista, I'd like to include also the invitation for our municipal accountant, no, because he knows all this. What's this? The collection, the amount collected by the treasurer, and I'm sure the municipal accountant is knowledgeable also on this matter. So we will invite both of them. Any
So can I amend
Mr. Chair?
my motion, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair?
please proceed,
Mr. Chair?
Honorable. Is that point of order?
This also includes in the invitation.
That's why
Can we include also the Office of MAU, like because the snorkeling area is under the Office of in the operations. I don't know if they are also assisting the operations of in the snorkeling area, Mr. Chair, and also the president of the MFSA. Can we include that so that we can discuss?
Mr. Chair,
Okay, Honorable Bautista, please amend. your,
my motion my first motion is to invite the treasurer, because on what he said earlier, as was mentioned by Sb Pasugeron, that he cannot do anything already. So my purpose is to how he applies his duties and responsibilities when it comes to being a treasurer. No? So doon lang muna, kasi if we invite more people, baka wala na naman tayong magawa nito. There will be no ending na naman ng discussions. So we want to hear from her. Kung di na talaga kaya, then we have to do something. No? Maybe appoint somebody, or kung di niya kaya talaga, then saan tayo pupunta kung di niya kaya? And some other people, kung di na kaya treasurer, how much more other people? So, dun mo na malaman sa treasurera kung ano ba talaga ang ginagawa niya, then hanggang saan siya ang kakayahan niya. So, that's only my purpose. Maybe some of the department heads can be invited later, Mr. Chairman. So I want to know only ang function ng as being a treasurer, ano ginagawa niya in spite of the reports, no? And some issues at such, even she knows those problem already, and ano bang ginawa niya in spite of those reports, Mr. Chair?
Okay. I suggested to amend with all due respect to Honorable Bautista, I suggested to amend his motion because there were reports also that until now the members of the Fisher Folks was not able to receive their share. So the one who is in charge of releasing the share is from the accountant also. So that's why we need to invite him. Otherwise, we will, Honorable Pagsugiron.
My point, Mr. Chair, is because if we're going to ask Mrs. De Juso with regards to these big tickets, of course, he will deny for this, no? But one can justify or certify that this about these fake tickets, of course, members of the MFPCA, no? So that's why if there's a need also to invite them para ma-discuss na lang natin yung regarding sa snorkeling area. Kasi operation ito eh.
Mr. Chair, if that's the pleasure of Sb Sugiron, so I think we have to refer it only to committee.
Oh, committee lang.
So that the committee only will make an investigation, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So are you withdrawing your?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'm withdrawing my motion.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Mr. Chair,
Honorable Gallinero.
I think my suggestion or my proposal, Mr. Chair, is to refer that to the committee so that we can have an end with this problem, Mr. Chair. So the committee will investigate, and then the committee will report to our chief executive if what is really happening, and then if found out that the employees have their committed wrong actions, Mr. Chair. So it will be reported to the chief executive, and the chief executive will give sanctions or any disciplinary actions with regards to the employees, Mr. Chair. Unless otherwise, somebody could file a complaint, a valid complaint, to the Committee on Good Government, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Honorable Pagsugiron.
Uh,
What's your pleasure now? Because Honorable Bautista withdrew
Yeah,
his...
referral to the committee has no problem, Mr. Chair. But remember that even before we discuss this is a somewhat sensitive problem, Mr. Chair, and much better sometimes that we discuss in the plenary than the committee, no. But if that is the pleasure of Honorable Bautista to refer to a committee, then because there was already a referral before with regards to snorkeling problem, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
Chair.
Honorable Gallinero.
Since that with regards to the what Honorable Pagsugiron stated, Mr. Chair, I think right now the committee, because before para wala tayong sa committee, hindi tayo nakapagbigay ng letter ng recommendation. So I think this time, Mr. Chair, if that case referred to the committee and the committee will investigate, and then we have to refer to the office of the mayor. If that employee committed a mistake or merong kasalanan, then we have to recommend that to the office of the mayor for disciplinary actions, Mr. Chair. So it's up now to the office of the mayor if what disciplinary action will be made to that erring employees, Mr. Chair. That's my understanding,
Mr. Chair. As far as I remember, Mr. Chair, there was no recommendations because of the continuing violations on the snorkeling area, Mr. Chair. That's what I understand, no? So wala kasi tuloy-tuloy kasi yung violations. That's why the committee were not able to submit its recommendations to the plenary. That is, I think, the reason behind, no? So this time, tingnan mo hanggang ngayon nandiyan pa rin. So it's up to the member of the august body, Mr. Chair, if we will refer this matter to the committee again, then No problem.
Okay. Kay sinong committee dati yung assigned una nga to? Honorable, the previous agriculture, no? Committee
So I
on
think this time, so we need to refer to
agriculture, environment, and committee on law. So this is the joint committee. Oh, so committee on environment, committee on laws, and committee on tourism.
no, Mr. Chair. I think agriculture.
Agriculture, I mean. And probably we will include also the committee on good government. So if there is a determination of guilt on the part of the perpetrators, then Honorable
Chair,
Graf.
may I include, shall we include the 3 barangays in the, if we have to do the committee hearing, we might as well invite the 3 barangay captains of Boracay. I'd like to inform the body also that during the last meeting with Mayor, when we presented the map with coordinates, Cap Lilibet was present, and she mentioned that ever since they have not received any share also from from the snorkeling area when they should be receiving. So said since time immemorial, they never had a share. So the mayor was also surprised. We were all surprised that they never brought it to the proper forum siguro. But that time, because they're willing to help in manning the snorkeling sites also, no? It's good. It's not only protecting the snorkeling sites, but also making sure that the people manning the snorkeling sites or collecting will be doing the right thing, Mr. Chair. So I suggest that we invite the 3 barangay captains also.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Honorable Bautista.
It is the committee, so it depends on the committee. Who are the persons to be invited? No, who are the stakeholders and other any individuals who have the connections on the snorkeling collections and operations. So it's depend now on the committee who are the persons to be invited to chair.
Okay,
Mr. Chair.
Honorable Gallinero.
Point of view, Mr. Chair, since this is an investigation with regards to of issuing fake tickets, Mr. Chair, I think this one will go to of our employees. I think this problem will go to the Committee on Good Government. Yeah, bisan isa lang, good government lang, kasi about investigating fictitious tickets or collecting an amount from the snorkeling area without issuing a valid and government issued tickets, Mr. Chair. So it's about an ethics with our employees, Mr. Chair. So I think that's would go to the Committee on Good Government, Mr. Chair. Thank you,
Okay,
Mr.
so what's
Chair.
the pleasure of the body now?
Well, as the committee chair on good government.
Thank you, Mr. Since this issue
Honorable
was
Aaron.
long time ago already, for almost 3 months ago, so we have already requested. But since then, our municipal treasurer promised to us here that he will assert effort on this issue. But this time again, there is another. So it is so we will try to check.
Okay, so it is now the Committee on Good Government who will be in charge of said investigation. And I'd like to remind the committee members that the chairman is Honorable Aaron, Vice Chairman Honorable Lloyd Maming, members Honorable Dante Pagsugiron, Honorable Jupiter Gallinero, and Honorable Danilo de los Santos. Okay, actually there were some text messages coming in that they want this investigation to be done in the plenary. They want to hear and know the answer. Anyway, we will entrust this to the Committee on
Chairman,
Good Government.
So if this investigation, the investigation will be done in a plenary, so this is the investigation. So parang this is only a sort of discussion, Mr. Chairman. Yeah. Anyway.
Mr. Chair,
Honorable Gallinero.
I think that idea is good, but the problem there, Mr. Chair, so that our people may know what's happening, no? But somehow, Mr. Chair, if that will be delivered on the plenary, Mr. Chair, the plenary cannot recommend for any actions, Mr. Chair. Not unless otherwise, this will be referred to the committee, and then the committee can make a committee report regarding what's happening on that problem and can recommend any appropriate actions to our Chief Executive, Mr. Chair.
And that's right. To our televiewers, just watch the report of the committee, so you will find out what was what were the result of the investigation. Okay, so we will refer
Mr.
this.
Chairman, maybe they are requesting for a live coverage on the investigation.
Mr. Chair.
Honorable Pagsugiron.
Actually, I'd like to inform also the members of this august body, Mr. Chair, that the President of the MFSA and the presence of Mr. Boneros Pagsugiron wrote a letter to the accounting department or accounting office and the treasurer's office requesting for the release of their share, from August last year up to present, but there were no reply coming from these two departments. Instead, when I talked to the office of the treasurers and the accounting office, according to the treasurer's office, there were no problem, in the release of the shares of the MFSA. It's up to the accounting office. So when I talked to the accounting office, they clearly told me that no problem for the release of the shares. The problem, there was an instructions from the office of the mayor to hold the release of the shares of the association, Mr. Chair, So that's the reason. And according to the COA, as per communication with Denrick, there was no problem in the release of the share of the FSA because ang problema lang noon, ang kini-question lang naman ng COA, yung shares that was released prior to the execution or the approval of the MUA. Yun lang naman kini-question ng COA. But yung mga collections itong huli na, ang release ng shares could be based on the existing MUA, Mr. Chair. That is the comment from the COA, Mr. Chair. So I think wala namang dahilan na hindi dapat i-release ng local government ang obligations sa MFTC, because very clear naman na yung MOA na yan is supported by documents, resolutions, tapos legitimate naman ang operations nila.
Okay.
So yun naman ang point ko, Mr.
Chairman.
Okay, Honorable Bautista.
Di ba na we have already an authority to the Chief Executive to enter into MOA with MBFSA. Di ba? Ando na. So, ang MOA ba napirmahan na or wala pa?
Mr. Chair, the present MOA.
Honorable
Yes,
Gallinero.
the present MOA is referred to my committee for committee hearing. So
Until now.
I have to schedule that
So
for
that's the
committee
reason that they cannot release their share, not unless that the MOA will be signed by both parties. So ngayon, kung dito pa sa committee ang authority of the Chief Executive to sign, to enter into agreement with of that Fisher Fox, so wala talaga ma-release na pera dyan. The accountant, of course, and the treasurer will wait for the memorandum agreement from the LGU and the Fisher Fox. Yeah. So I think we have to fast track now the approval and of that authority of the executive para ma-release na yung pondo niya. Kung wala namang problema sa COA, walang problema sa treasurer, walang problema sa accounting, meaning the problema is the office of mayor, dahil wala pang MOA na napirmahan. So
Okay.
that's the problem there.
what about the existing MOA that was executed during the time of Mayor Yap? I think it's still
Still in effect.
in
Mr.
effect.
Chairman, kaya nga doon
Honorable
the reason
Bautista.
was this question, may problema doon sa Fisher Fox sa Farm C. Kaya nga dito, there were some amendments. Yun na binigay na bago dito na draft is amended MOA na yon na baka na-refer na rin sa COA, may problema noon. So the latest MOA draft submitted to us is yun na dahil na-review na yun ng legal department. So maybe yun na even the legal officer siguro was already confer that MOA to draft MOA to the COA. Or else hindi nila binigay dito yun. So yun lang Sir Chairman, then we have to fast track now the approval of that authority, resolution to authority para mapirmahan na yung MOA, then para ma-release na.
Okay.
Yung share nila.
Yeah, Honorable Pagsugiron.
That is also my understanding, Mr. Chair, no? Actually, there is no reason or there's needed to sign in new MOA dahil may existing, no? The only thing is that because there may amendments, no? So to me, still I believe that yung previous MOA is still has an effect, no? Kaya lang, sige, total dyan na rin. Mas maganda siguro na madali na lang yung MOA na yan. Anyway, I have some recommendations on that proposed MOA submitted by the Office of the Mayor, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Honorable Bautista.
Kaya nga pina-amend yung MOA dahil yun nga ang reason why is the COA may comments sa releasean ng shares, 'di ba? May mga adverse comments ang COA. So that's the reason why in-amend yung previous MOA. So yun na nga ang binigay sa atin. So I'm sure that yung mga share naman talaga yung ang mangyari niyan parang mayroon silang receivables, no? Dahil marami na hindi pa na-release So maybe once the MOA will be signed and ma-approve na yon, di mas pirmahan, siyempre mayroon pa silang collectibles sa previous months. Na ibigay din sa kanila para naman sa kanila naman Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Honorable Gallinero.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I think the MOA referred to my committee for amendments last 2 sessions ago. And why I'm not able to convene for a committee hearing, Mr. Chair, because I am seeking for a legal opinion, Mr. Chair, because there were cases filed, no? There were a case filed to our Chief Executive with regards to that implementation of that MOA.
The case? So there is there a case filed to the Chief Executive?
With regards to that problem in MFSA, no? MFSA.
Yeah.
Anyway, wala naman tayong problema dito as long as we authorize him. So bahala kung ano naman ang problema nila doon sa kanya, if he will sign it or not. But pagdating sa atin, hindi naman tayo kinasuhan siya naman
Yes.
'Di ba? So in our part, so we have to do what our function is, we have to do it. Na approve natin as long na walang na i-refer mo sa legal, and then anyway, galing naman sa kanila yun And then
okay.
Anyway, that's true, no? But I already collect some opinions with regards to that, Mr. Chair, and according to them, there's no problem in amending that MOA, Mr. Chair. It cannot affect the case filed to the Chief Executive, Mr. Chair.
Okay. So I'd like to remind also the chairman on Committee on Laws, no, to coordinate with COA accordingly. Tungod nga basi kung mag-submit kita mag-approve kita bagong MOA may kung ano man sabon sa COA may violation. So problema raman kita. Coordination lang if this MOA is kung wala naman konflikto.
Anyway, Mr. Chairman, once we approve it, then it depende na sa Chief Executive if they will implement it or not. Before I'm sure that the accounting office will confer first with the COA kung okay na bang MOA na yan. And then, hindi na ako maniwala na the accountant will release some funds without first to coordinating with the COA. Or maybe we can recommend some amendments. Kaya nga siguro sa committee hearing, we have to invite the treasurer, the COA, and budget officer para smooth sailing na. At the same it also include the legal officer para
Yeah.
smooth sailing na.
That's what
para
I'm trying to say, no? Tungod na may kanong kita may president previous na to nga ang MOA, ang authorize na to ng mayor, may problema sa COA. So this time we have to correct everything. Okay, Honorable Pagsugiro.
Mr. Chair, ang pagkalam kasi noon, bakit mayroong adverse comment ng COA? Dahil una-una, nag-release ng share ang LGU to a certain individual, inisyo ng Chiki, yung president ng MFSA, pangalan niya, hindi naka-address sa association. At isa pa yung association nahuli. Yung payment is being made prior to the approval of the signing of the MOA. So yun ang question ng COA, Mr. Chair. Dalawa kasing payment yun eh. One is addressed to Mr. Boners Pagsugueron and the other one is Samuel Torres sa kanila. Kaya question ng COA yun, bakit sa kanila pinangalan, not to the associations? Yun ang isang valid reason noon. At wala pang MOA. Yung MOA huli kasi. So yun, doon nakafocus yung COA why there's an adverse comment on their part na pina-explain yung LGU why it so happen why it happens.
Okay.
Chairman, if we go back to the ordinance, ang mag-receive pharmacy, wala nakalagay doon na association. Di ba? Ang pharmacy sa council, parang wala siyang legal personality. So kaya nga may problema doon eh kung we will see the MOA and the ordinance dahil dapat ang MOA dapat mag-complement din sa ordinance eh. So yun ang problema, kaya that's why they made the amendments para mag-comply sa dito sa ordinance. Ano ba yung association na yon? Member ng pharmacy. Dito nakalagay kasi pharmacy lang eh, wala nakalagay any associations eh who will receive the share. Pharmacy lang nakalagay doon. So hindi klaro. Kaya that's why we made the amendments. Yun lang siguro ang ano doon.
It needs also an amendments to the existing ordinance. We have to do also. Ito nga, kung pharmacy, what legal personality, paano ma-justify naman abot sa MOA?
Council nga.
Okay. We will give this opportunity to the committee chairman, no, to further study the amended memorandum of agreement. Okay. So if there are no other honorable Graf, another privilege.
Mr. Chair and honorable colleague in the SB, I'd like to raise this issue on the route of the tricycles in Boracay. Because I was reading the transportation traffic code, and it never mentioned here specifically that they are only taking the highway, the regular route, end to end, like Cagban to Yapak. No, it doesn't say anything here. So meaning they should be covering the whole Boracay. Unfortunately, until now, despite several, I sent letters to the BLTMPC, no, and also in the how you call that, Kapiyan sa Boracay, requesting, if possible, if they can also go to the areas not the areas like Bulabog, Tambisaan, during Amihan, no? Diniwid, Yapak, without hiring a tricycle because there's really no transport there, almost. Going up to Mount Luho, to areas that should be covered also because there are already residents there. In fact, it's already full. I'm sure all of us are victims that they sometimes, even our workers, have to get off the tricycles the misconduct of our drivers also, no? And get off the tricycle because they're taking foreigners. And in here, there are so many prohibitions enough tricycles. In fact, we have a lot of traffic, e-trikes like that. But if you look around, there are areas really which is never covered. Kahuoy ang mga constituents na ton sa mga lugar na uwa ginaya ni tricycle o kung hindi, ma-hire ikaw. Di mo gilang ang sitwasyon na until now. So manasa, it's like we allow them to do what they want. Actually, we never really strengthen this traffic ordinance to require them to really follow, abide by the law, no? The penalties are very lax, man medyo light. So they also never really take it seriously. Seryoso ko yung pagsunod sa aton in this manner. I'd like to amend some of the traffic ordinance wherein we shall identify the areas that should be covered by our public transport. Otherwise, we will create or we will allow other transport operators to ply this route that is never, it's like a missionary route before. But seeing Boracay now, it's full. Everywhere where there is road is full of houses. There are houses. There are workers. There are students. And with regards to students, we see them standing until 6 o'clock in the evening, never picked up by the tricycles because they prioritize people that are hiring the tourists. I'm sure all of us, me personally, I always have to ask my staff to get me a tricycle in the main road so that I can go to places I want to in the meetings. I don't want to buy, my own transport because I don't want to add anymore to the traffic congestion in Boracay. But we have to solve our transport problem once and for all. Not only that, it's also the overcharging, which is here, it's mentioned, that if they overcharge, they have to suffer the consequence. But what measures we have really taken, the authorities, to penalize the people that are actually doing what they want. Drivers, tricycles must have their own, according here, they have to have their own parking area. But if you look around Boracay, you see tricycles parking, occupying the main road. They are all over. And I think it's about time that we attend to these details of our road, no? We have enough problems in Boracay, but these are the things that is easy actually to solve if you only really add, aside from implementing rules, no, add the routes that they're supposed to. I mean, I'd like to focus on that. Sobrang. We are very notorious international media sa mga netizens na doon sa mga social media. Diyan lang ang kasayot, patakasan ng mga transport providers sa Boracay. Nabigit ang tricycles, e-trikes, Abo ang nabiktima po ng nadumduman ako many years ago. Even our governor was made to get taking foreigner. And imagine our gov, and he was laughing about it. We said, because he was attending our Kapiyan, not sure if it's Kapiyan or Kufu. And said, I was asked by the driver to get off the track because there's a foreigner coming. So he got off with his bodyguard. And we said, you are the governor, why did you get off the tricycle? Something like that. Okay. It's not anymore, I think, I don't know if we accept it and just swallow or we do something about it.
Okay. I think I understand we already referred that to the Committee on Transportation. This time, coordinate with the Honorable Grab for the amendments of code. Propose ka mong amendments, Thank you for that concern. And the rest of your concern, aside from the route, other concern, it involves the executive department to implement.
Also, Mr. Chair, I'd like to inform the body that the implementing rules and regulations regulations of the plastic ordinances will be prepared, subject to one more study for the implementation of ordinance number 320 series of 2012. So, but there is maybe one amendment that we have to do here. There is the green fund, a fund or money earned from the acquisition of plastic category system, pay with the retail stores intended to fund initiatives that would benefit the environment. So we will add a kind of green fund to make sure that it is earning and can also help in our environmental.
Yung sa
Okay, Honorable
na-include ba
Palisa.
yung fund meron
It's not
dyan?
in our ordinance.
Oo nga, so how can you implement that kung wala sa
Imaw
ordinance
nga
yan?
ni, hindi imaw, these are the we have to this is imaw nga naka-note imaw, but this is important. We have to have a
So who
green
made the
fund.
EIRR,
It will be
Mr. Chair?
amended. I mean, I don't know. I will.
Sino ang
introduce
gumawa ng
the
IRR,
amendment.
Chair?
Executive.
Executive.
Siya lang, the chief executive
Oo,
ang gumawa.
after we had a meeting,
Oo
it
nga.
was all taken and was in here.
So how can he make the IIR na hindi sa
Kaya nga na doon nga ni, obrahon, hindi, uwa pa dyan nakakot, actually.
Oh, approve na ba ang IIR na yan?
No, it's only a
Is this
draft.
already and is it over there?
No, it's a draft.
Wala pa, draft
It's
pa
a
lang.
draft. That's why they...
So paano mahabol na 15, 1 week na lang?
Ang alin? Ang IRR?
Hmm.
Actually, it's an ordinance already.
No, the IRR, because you
Yung
cannot
implementing
implement
rules and
without
regulation.
IRR.
Implementing rules and regulation ron?
Oo.
Oh.
Executive order, may issuance na? Wala pa.
Uwa pa.
So dapat mahabol ng June 15.
Imo nga ni. So, how can
but
we fast-track this?
Mr.
No,
Chair.
chief executive na yan.
That's the
ordinance.
job of the executive department, Honorable Graf.
Oh.
We have nothing to do with that. We're done with our approval of the ordinance. It's up now to the chief executive to fast track the issuance of
Imo nga ni,
IRR.
I just like to inform the body that there is a missing, there will be an amendment.
Kaya nga,
to
Mr.
the
Chairman, before you do
Honorable
that, dapat magtapat sumakay yan sa ordinansa.
Ordinansa,
Pag wala
yeah.
sa ordinansa, huwag nyo ilagay dyan sa IRR. Yan ang ordinance.
May marka mata, actually.
Pa-amend as bago mo yung ipasok dyan sa IRR.
Yung sa fees? Yung sa...
Hindi, yung sa fund.
Yeah, because I think in the ordinance, the fund, hindi klaro kung din parang sa general fund mabalik eh.
Ang
Mr. Chair, I would
And,
like to be clarified.
Honorable Gallinero.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sorry. I would like to be clarified from Honorable Graf that you are saying that the implementation of that ordinance will be on June 15?
Yeah, the plan is to start the implementation on June 15.
Kaya.
Mr. Chair,
Honorable Gallinero.
thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm not against the implementation, no, but I think there should be an information dissemination first before implementing. In some other municipalities, Mr. Chair, it takes 6 months or 4 months to have an information dissemination before implementing that kind of ordinance, Mr. Chair. Why? Because we have to prepare first the alternative of plastics. If sino bang magbigay sa atin, saan tayo kukuha. So, dapat may study muna, Mr. Chair. Like, for example, mag-manufacture tayo ng buribag dito sa mainland Malay in replacement of plastics. Kasi pag nag-implement tayo na wala tayong alternative na paglagyan, baka ano yung mangyari dyan sa ordinance natin? Sa ano natin?
Well, actually, in the ordinance, there's really a period because it cannot be perfect
Yes.
right away, no? In fact, other municipalities give the people, like after the implementation, they give them 1 year to make sure that all the things are prepared. Also, no, as they go along, they discover more and more things that have
But
to be
during the implementation, you are now penalizing those violators. So, let's say, I will go to the market, I will buy fish, and then, where can I buy bags for my fish? So, supposed to be, there should be, ready na ba? Mayroon na tayong pagkunan ng biodegradable bag, or buri bag, or bayong, or anything, para nga, hindi man makuan ang aton nga mga customers, since that our place is a tourist place, no? We are on a tourism industry, so I think it needs more months in implementing that ordinance na magbigay muna tayo ng information dissemination.
Okay.
It might be on TV, radio, or written. That's my suggestion, Mr.
Okay,
Chair.
thank you for
Mr.
that
Chair.
observation. In short, June 15 is not feasible, Honorable Graf, because the IRR is not finalized yet, no? Wa pa. The dissemination, information dissemination are not in place. So first you have to
Well-
finalize the IRR, and then after that go with the information dissemination. And it will take at least 30 days, 60 days.
Well, actually, Mr. Chair, the reason why we called the meeting last Monday, including the barangay captains, they never showed up. Actually, I don't know how they disseminate the information that the only barangay captains that attended is the barangay captain from Kabulihan, the farthest pa.
Honorable Bautista?
So, I think they had to create the yung committee sa information. Meron na. So sige na dissemination through radio. So for instance, kung implement, ano ba ang implementation? Parang ano lang, I mean, if we implement that on June 15, wala mo nang penalties. Wala mo na.
Dry run muna.
Parang dry run.
Well, it should be at
So how many days ang dry run?
dry run. At least we start with 30 days and another 30 days.
So dapat klaro din yun.
Wala nga wala pa tayo, if you notice, wala pa tayong announcement.
Dahil baka mangyari, implement after 1 month, wala naman. So sayang.
And,
So dapat
okay.
tayo nakalagay talaga yun sa...
Mr. Chair,
Okay, Honorable Gallinero.
and also the IRR must be broadcast, no? Dapat makuha na to ng IRR because that is very important, Mr. Chair, the IRR.
Oh, this is the
So that
only
the
thing
people will know.
missing in the ordinance since
Yes.
2012.
Yes,
Can you
because
imagine that? It's been made 2012, and if we are not here, this will never push through at
Hindi,
all.
hindi, Doro.
And our problem in Boracay is piling up with basura, and this has to be fast track. Everybody have to support this implementation as soon as possible. If we can do overtime, we have to do it because this is very important, I think.
Alam mo, Chairman.
Okay,
Kaya,
Honorable
may mga
Bautista.
committees na eh. So, pagkalawin na yung mga committees, yung na-create na yan.
Yes.
If the committees are already created, so they have to move na. Diyan na ordinance eh. Okay, we have the support. Oh, if we need amendment, we will amend it. So, kung may mga committees na, ipagkalawin na yung mga committees. Di ba?
Mr.
Kanda
Chair.
na-create.
Honorable Gallinero.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. No, the ordinance actually was drafted 2012. No, I think
Approved.
the author is approved.
2012.
Yeah, approved 2012, and it was authored, I think, by Honorable Rowena Aguirre. Why it was not implemented before? Because it was, kumbaga, hinold for further information dissemination. Pero nagkulang, Mr. Chair, no? Wa makuan. So right now, it's we are very lucky that this ordinance may IRR on, pero we have to follow the due process, Mr. Chair. We cannot make it an overnight. We cannot also siyempre i-inform natin yung tao natin na because this ordinance is very hindi ito yung parang ibang ordinansa na pwede mong i-implement kaagad. This is a very maraming involved dito na sector, Mr. Chair. So I think much better right now we can have our information dissemination, and then the IRR, it should be also informed to the people, Mr. Chair, para alam ng taong bayan kung ano yung gagawin nila at kung ano yung nararapat para hindi sila mag-commit ng violation, Mr. Chair, para habang inaano natin yung ordinansa, hindi tayo masisi ng taong bayan, Mr. Chair. We give you the information dissemination, we give you all the necessary IRR. So, binigyan namin kayo ng 2 buwan, 3 buwan. So, pag nagkamali kayo, hindi na namin kasalanan yon. Yun lang po, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Honorable Bautista.
Kaya yung mga yung mga, let's say, yung mga plastic, mga distributors, suppliers. So, they will be informed na within 30 days, 60 days, wala na kayong plastic na ubusin nyo na yung mga stocks nyo dahil after 60 days, wala nang no more selling of plastics. Pero then, what will be the alternative? Dahil baka mangyari, sa GT port, mayroong mga bisita mo dalang plastic, huliin natin yun. Di ba?
Okay.
So, I think meron na alternative. So, ma'am, sir, you have to transfer your things to this alternative with pay. With pay.
Okay. Honorable Pagsugiron, you're raising your hands.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Actually,
Yung
yung ordinance, Mr. is 2012 pa eh. Isa siguro ganyan man ako karang author. Agang purpose ita ordinance, Mr. Chair, ginobraran para to regulate no the use of the plastics within the municipality of Malay, pero hindi na implement eh. So dapat implement na natin. It's high time na implement na yan. I understand that information drive is a must. Gawin natin kasi pag if we will not start to implement this ordinance, ay wala naman talagang mangyari. And nakita naman talaga natin no nga abo nga ni problema no, ang aton nga waste no, halos siguro 20 to 30% ay puro plastic, Mr. Chair. It's high time siguro nga tawan naton ito tensions, but anyway, it's not us but the executive department should implement this ordinance no. Ang sa aton lang siguro sa being the legislative body is to post no the local chief executive nga give time for the implementations of this ordinance, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay na,
So,
Mr. Chair. Okay na.
Okay,
I think we are happy that the executive department now is doing the implementation. Basta yun lang siguro na yun nga, dapat it should be properly disseminated to avoid any conflicts or mga disagreements in the future, Mr. Chair.
okay. So if there are no other privilege, we can move to the question hour. Do we have
Wala naman,
guest this morning? No? Wagit?
None.
Okay, so
Thank
we'll
you.
proceed to the incoming and referral. Lot? Ay, incoming and referral, Madam Secretary.
For our incoming and referral, first is an ordinance amending Municipal Ordinance number 284, series of 2010, an ordinance establishing the Barangay Special Benefit and Service Improvement System, creating the necessary finance and organizational mechanisms, and appropriating funds thereof is introduced by Honorable Aaron.
Refer to Committee on Laws.
Second, incoming is request of the municipal mayor for an authority to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Labor and Employment, Region 6 regarding Kabuhayan program.
Refer to Committee on Laws.
Next is request of the municipal mayor for an authority to enter into a memorandum of agreement with Development Bank of the Philippines in line with the DBP's ATM payroll service.
Refer to Committee on Laws.
Mr. Chairman, just a point of
Honorable,
clarification.
Bautista.
Did Land Bank made also this kind of memorandum? Mr. Chair, can I ask the committee chair on laws sa payroll?
Land Bank also have.
So what will happen with Miming to have two payrolls? So what if we approve Land Bank and we approve, so meaning the municipality of Malay has two payrolls with two banks, two ATMs?
We'll
So, I
we'll ask
think-
the committee then to ask the municipal accountant or the treasurer.
I think it is
For
the
that
right
question.
of this august body or the municipality, whoever banks will be granted with the resolution.
Oo nga, pero I mean, yung sa accounting office, I think it should be properly studied. Is it possible na there will be two payrolls in one gonna say one company?
No, I think we have to approve only one.
Oo nga.
Yeah.
Pero,
Anyway, we will refer this first to the committee, and then it's up to the committee what will be the
so that's why if since we have not yet
And-
decided on the request of land bank, so dapat hindi muna ito pinasok until such time that we decide to make a decision if we allow land bank to have a payroll for us or not. Or maybe the BP is also expecting from us that they will, because we accepted the letter. So it's already denied since there was already an application for one bank, at hindi naman pwede yun na I don't think COA will allow that isang munisipyo, dalawang payroll, dalawang bangko.
Okay.
Anyway, yun lang Mr. Chair siguro. I think we have to make now a decision on the committee chair. When was the submitted? Okay. Okay. So I think that we have to make first.
Okay, the comments of Honorable Bautista is noted, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, proceed.
Next, incoming is request of the municipal mayor for an authority to enter into a memorandum of agreement with social security system regarding social security protection for job order or contractual employees of LGU Malay.
Referred to Committee on Laws.
And we have an additional incoming, Mr. Chairman, a request of the municipal mayor for an authority to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Department of Health regarding the establishment of HIV impact in the municipality of Malay.
Referred to Committee on Laws.
Mr. Chair,
Honorable
can
Bautista.
we for that agencies, can we I suggest that I think the committee chair on the committee on health will be also part of the discussion, Mr. Chair, regarding that.
Okay, so we will ask the Committee on Health to join the deliberation on that referral. Okay? Proceed, committee report.
Okay, for our committee report, we have Committee on Laws and Ordinance regarding request of the municipal mayor for an authority to enter into an agreement with My Eventology Company regarding rental of booths in line with the LGU's participation to the 4th edition of International Travel Festival 2017 in Cebu City, and request of the municipal mayor for an authority to enter into a memorandum of agreement with PhilTowa in line with LGU's participation to the 28th Philippine Travel Mart 2017 at SMX Convention Center, MOA Complex, Pasay City on September 1 to 3, 2017.
Okay, proceed, Committee Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. My committee report, Mr. Chair, this is with regards to the request of our municipal mayor for an authority to enter into agreement with Eventology Company regarding rental of both in line with LGU's participation to the 4th edition of International Travel Festival 2017 in Cebu City. This is with regards, Mr. Chair, to the every year program of the International Travel Festival. Actually, this is not our first time to participate in this kind of event. This is to showcase all the whole Malay, including Boracay, Mr. Chair. At the same time, Mr. Chair, we are also inviting to participate here some cooperatives, NGOs, and some hotels, no, in Boracay to participate in this International Travel Mart, which be held on ano yan, December? Ano ang sakwan sa Cebu? July 14 to 16, sorry. July 14 to 16, 2017. With that regards, Mr. Chair, we are going to rent square meter both on that place on 61,600 pesos, Mr. Chair. So this will be paid to the My Vintology company, Mr. Chair, so that they will grant us a 6 square meter booth in Cebu, Mr. Chair. On that regards, Mr. Chair, I move that this committee report be approved and calendared on the second reading.
Okay, a motion from the committee chairman for the adoption of his committee report regarding the request of the municipal mayor for an authority to enter into an agreement with My Eventology Corporation regarding rental of both in line with LGU's participation to the 4th edition of International Travel Festival 2017 in Cebu City. Seconded by Honorable Sumdad. So the said committee report is hereby adopted and be calendared for second reading. Proceed.
Another report, Mr. Chair. This is with regards to the request of our municipal mayor, an authority to enter into a memorandum of agreement with PELTOA in line with LGU's participation to the 28th Philippine Travel Mart 2017 at SMX Convention Center, MOA Complex, Pasay City on September 1 to 3, 2017. Actually, Mr. Chair, this is also a yearly activity of the PELTOA, and with regards to this travel mart, Mr. Chair, the municipality of Malay would like to participate on that event, Mr. Chair. Actually, every year, Mr. Chair, we are participating in this event, particular in SMX MOA, Mr. Chair. This is the 28th Philippine Travel Mart, participating by all ASEAN countries, Mr. Chair, and this year it adds China, Japan, and Korea, no, promoting seamless intra-regional travel. So in that regards, Mr. Chair, our municipal mayor is asking for an authority to have a memorandum of agreement with the 28th Philippine Travel Mart on September 1 to 3, 2017. No? So on that regards, Mr. Chair, the first party or the Philippine Operators Association or PELTUA, the organizer, this is composed of all tour operators in the Philippines, is asking us for a 6,000 pesos rental fee for the 3 by 3 square meters on SMX MOA. On that area, Mr. Chair, we have to put our products by our municipality, the Malay and Boracay, Mr. Chair, which also we can put our visual presentation with regards to Boracay, Mr. Chair. So in that regards, Mr. Chair, I move that this committee hearing or committee report of this committee, Mr. Chair, be adopted and calendared on the second reading.
Okay, so there's a motion from the committee chairman for the adoption of his committee report regarding the request of the municipal mayor for an authority to enter into a memorandum of agreement with PELTOA in line with LGU's participation to the 28th Philippine Travel Mart 2017 at SMX Convention Center, MOA Complex, Pasay City on September 1 till 3, 2017, seconded by Honorable Lloyd Maming. So the said committee report is hereby adopted and be calendared for second reading. Proceed with our business for the day.
For our calendar of business for the day, we have no second reading. And for our third and final reading, we have ordinance regulating the use of unmanned aerial vehicles or drones for recreational purposes or otherwise in the municipality of Malay Aklan and prescribing penalties for violation thereof. This is introduced by Honorable Gallinero.
Okay, Chairman on Committee on Laws.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For the third and final reading, Mr. Chair, this is an ordinance regulating the use of unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, or drones for recreational purposes or otherwise in the municipality of Malay Aklan and prescribing penalties for violations thereof. Last two sessions, Mr. Chair, we discussed already this draft ordinance by yours truly with regards to the contents of this municipal ordinance, Mr. Chair. And we had a lot of discussions and we made some corrections and amendments, no, during the discussion on the second reading, Mr. Chair. So this draft ordinance, Mr. Chair, is now ready for approval, Mr. Chair. So since that we are on third reading, yes.
Mr. Chair, anyway, we are in the third reading, but I am not sure if some of the amendments during the deliberation last Tuesday, if maybe some were also omitted, or maybe were not able to be included on this ordinance for the amendments. So it's improper to make some comments, but the purpose of the Chair is to make the ordinance more the perfections of the ordinance, Mr. Chair. So I beg the indulgence of the committee chair, especially the sponsor, to first check the section 4, number 1, and section 3, letter E. I think this is a conflict here, Mr. Chair. Section 3, letter E, and section 4, letter A.
Taking exception
can I read, Mr. Chair?
Section 3?
Yes, registration of or regulated UAVs. Because it states section E that visitors and guests. So during our discussions, we were able to we agreed that we have to disallow these guests and visitors to operate this, or else it will be creating more problems in the future, Mr. Chair, if we allow them, the guests, to bring their drones there in Boracay.
What particular
letter E
section is
Section
that?
3, letter E.
Section
Letter E.
Hindi, what section?
Section 3.
3. Letter A or E?
E.
Yeah, E.
Can I read, Mr. Chair, for the information of the
Proceed.
members? Visitors and guests of the Sb Malay, whether CAAP certified or not, shall be required to secure special permit to control a regulated UAV subject to restriction provided under this ordinance. While in section 4, letter A, the issuance of a special permit to control SPC regulated UAVs shall only be for special purposes. Special purposes under this ordinance shall include but not limited to the following: advertisement, promotions, wedding. So meaning individuals are not allowed to do it unless maybe it's for this purpose, Mr. Chair, as listed.
Yeah, I think the intention here in the letter E is those who are visitors and guests, no, nga palupad, no, with regards sa section A, section 4, letter A, section 4. Siyempre pag considered as guest and visitors, no. Guest ako sa Boracay, may wedding. So let's say for example, ako ang may drone. I am a visitor in the island. Pero may kasalinto akong inkampod. Hay, gusto ko nga ginapabulan ng dait aerial shoot. So that's the meaning of
pero actually, Mr. Chair, once may wedding sa Boracay, may wedding planner eh. So they were applying. So dapat yung planner, yun na mag-apply ng permit siguro.
No, not the wedding planner, because the wedding planner ang ibawa matanait drone eh. Because sometimes drone not for company, for individual nga gina-parent nanda or ginagamit para sa a certain purpose. So the intention of this, siyempre ako taga Manila, ako lang ang may drone. Ay invite nanda ako. So I am the visitor, I am the guest in Boracay, pero I have to cover an aerial shoot with regards to their wedding or birthday. So I have to get
so dapat, Mr. Chair, yung letter A na-include dito section 4, not sa section 3. Dahil it talk about special permit to control eh. Di ba, section A?
Yes.
So dapat include siya to section 4.
Ang some events kasi, like for example, may mga events, ang guest lang ikaw ba lang ito sa isla?
Dahil nakabutabi, Mr. Chair, visitors, guests, shall be required to secure special permit to control. And in section 4, dito yung special permit to control eh. So dapat under ito sa section 4.
Pwede man nga i-include sa section 4 imaw sa
dahil sa special, is talk about special permit to control eh.
Okay. So, include na lang natin yung mga sa
Section 4 siya dahil ba ang special permit to control and then special permit to control sa Section 4. Section 3 is about registration of regulated UAVs.
Okay. So, we have to make another stanza for letter A to include this
Yes.
section A.
It should be transferred to Section 4.
So, another stanza for section 4A. Another stanza itong letter E ng section 3.
Yes. So, bahala na, Chair. Ayos na lang siguro. Basta it should be under Section 4. And then ito sa Section 2, Chair, yung C1 and C2, conflict din dahil sa C1 kasi, Section 2, Chair, Section 2. Prohibiting the operation of regulated AUB at night or in severe weather conditions. Prohibiting pero dito naman sa 2, restricting extent to which prohibited na nga operated at night in severe weather conditions. So how about you restrict pa mo, extend na prohibited na nga mo?
Extend to
The regulated at night in severe weather.
So kung na ito restricting, prohibited na nga mo
Extent to which the regulated AV may be operated at night. Ay, nagdubli.
Okay? Yun lang, Mr. Chair.
Kwan lang, delete lang nato ng kwan.
Ang letter to, ang C2. Okay. So that's all, Mr. Chair.
Okay, but with the indulgence of the members, no, next time I will not allow the...
We were talking of...
Wait. I would like to ask the Secretariat to give us advance copy before the session because we have to follow our internal rules that in the third and final reading, we will not allow any amendments or correction. Okay?
So, yeah, just as a reminder, Mr. Chair, the Secretariat to give us a copy earlier so that we can review, or else we'll be approving ordinance which we are facing a problem in the future also, Mr. Chair.
Okay, so
Mr.
thank
Chair,
you.
Mr. Chair,
Honorable Prosecutor, is
comment
that point
lang.
of order or another amendment?
Comment lang naman, Mr. Chair. It's not an amendment, it's comment. Under this ordinance, sa war assist, kasi nakalagay dito Godofredo Ramos Airport. It seems that we're recognizing the Godofredo Ramos Airport. Can we delete this? I don't know, no? But nakalagay naman dito Katiklan Airport. Kasi this is a document,
Yeah, but until present time,
Still
the
Godofredo.
official name is Godofredo Ramos. Unless
Airport.
we will come up with a resolution.
But
No,
but we have an opposition before, Mr. Chair, with the naming of that airport.
So we have a standing opposition.
You have a standing opposition, but this was approved by national,
Jimmy.
It's only a
Executive
department order.
That's an
department
executive-
order.
Executive order. So we have to abide by the executive
Yes,
order. But we have to continue the
Godofredo.
opposition to that. Maybe we can again.
Katiklan Airport. We will put on a Katiklan Airport.
That's
It
why
was closed
because
parenthesis Katiklan Airport.
this
Malay
documents is a prop na we are recognizing the Godofredo Ramos Airport. Kasi pwede niyang gamitin nila na ginagamit nyo.
Ay, hindi. Actually, it's still in effect ang Godofredo P. Ramos, even we have our opposition. For the sake of discussion, So, unless otherwise, ma-change. Pero why? So, that is the present address of our airport. Not Boracay Airport, not Katiklan Airport, but Godofredo P. Ramos Airport at Katiklan.
So, sa nasa banda?
Mr. Chair,
Honorable Aaron.
to avoid conflicts in the future, I think it is better to use Katiklan Airport since it is known already.
Whereas lang naman yun
Okay.
Kunin
But
na yan.
this is an ordinance, remember. And we
Yes,
also
but
considered-
as of this time, it's still in effect ang Godofredo P. Ramos. We have our opposition, but the real name is Godofredo P. Ramos, not Boracay Airport.
Boracay Airport this time.
They just only put that Boracay Airport, but
Yes.
actually the real name of the airport in Katiklan is Godofredo P. Ramos Airport.
But there is a sentiment on the part of the Katiklanons placing Godofredo before and this time it's better Boracay Airport because Boracay and Katiklan are within and are partners in progress. Without Katiklan Airport and Boracay is complementing one another.
Yes.
So, I think it's better Katiklan Airport na lang to avoid any more in the future.
Okay.
Anyway, kuwan na lang siguro, Chair. Kuwan na lang siguro, they are related public healthy and safety, period. Pwede man, di ba? Di ba? Anyway, the CAAP is included with our some provisions. So, I think taking it utmost consideration, the precarious works, no. The unregulated use of drones throughout the Sb Malay poses a threat to public health and safety, period.
Without mentioning the name of...
Oh, sige.
So no more discussion on the matter?
So no more...
No more Godofredo P. Ramos Airport.
Agree? Agree,
Comment.
Actually, our heart is there. But the problem is the name there is Godofredo P. Ramos.
But even the steward, and the pilots, they're not using Godofredo P. Ramos. Boracay Airport.
Okay, much better change to Boracay
Mr. Chair.
Airport.
Finalize that, the Honorable Gallinero.
One last comment, Mr. Chair, on the drone ordinance, no. We have just to inform the body, no, that in Bulabog, all the schools, the kite schools have drones, and we use it if the weather is good, and then we feed it right away to our websites or our social page to promote the area.
Yes.
And most houses also have their drones, private drones.
So
what shall we do with them? Do we have
That's why we have this ordinance, Honorable Grab, in order to regulate them.
we have to
registered.
register lang.
Yeah, in the municipality.
Pag nasamad, wagon. Because the lifespan of a drone is very
Very short.
Yeah. In fact, I think
So kung wala, dahil may mga numbers siguro Rad, may serial number.
it's very may drone abi nga mahal, may drone nga bratohon, may drone nga para sa bad weather, may drone nga para sa hindi pwede. Ang kaya ba na ang bad condition. Sari-sari ang drone.
Yeah.
So ang lifespan nanda dasig pwede nga maduga right away, madagdag. Hindi mo kita, mga mana batas.
Okay. Anyway, it will be regulated by this ordinance. Okay, Honorable Gallinero.
Okay, Mr. Chair, if there's no more correction, actually, this is for approval, Mr. Chair. I move that this ordinance regulating the use of unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, or drones for recreational purposes or otherwise in the municipality of Malay, Aklan, and prescribing penalties for violations thereof be approved with correction on whereas is number 3.
Mr. Chairman, I think we should not put
Honorable
lang as corrected.
Bautista.
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
As corrected
That's
and amended, Mr. Chair.
Fine-tuning,
be
kasi
approved.
fine-tuning.
Okay. So, a motion from the author and from the committee chairman for the approval of an ordinance regulating the use of unmanned aerial vehicles or drones for recreational purposes or otherwise in the municipality of Malay Aklan and prescribing penalties for violation thereof. Duly seconded by
Seconded, Mr. Chair.
Honorable Bautista. So the said ordinance is approved for third and final reading. Congratulations to the proponent. So we'll proceed to the unassigned business. No unassigned business.
For other matters.
Okay, proceed.
The Municipal Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office will be conducting a bloodletting activity on June 7 at our MDRRM office in Katiklan. Those who want to donate their blood.
Bloodletting.
Activity, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
And those who are interested to attend the Philippine Ecotourism 101 on June 29 to 30 at Bayfront Hotel in Cebu City.
Okay.
And the International travel festival on July 14 to 16.
Cebu.
Those who are interested in Cebu City also.
In Cebu.
Mr. Chairman. And the Punong Barangay of Balabag. This is to refer to your good office the concerns of residents Sitio Pinaungon for the right of way from the affected area going to the main road, which been become too narrow passage. In line to the following persons listed below is wishing to set on the session of Sangguniang Bayan of Malay in accordance with the availability of your schedule. Signed by the Punong Barangay of Balabag.
Okay. So, okay, so we will refer this to the committee. Land Use, Honorable Bautista. Yeah, o sa committee lang refer. Sa committee lang. Okay, Honorable Bautista. We'll refer this to your committee. Okay? Other matters?
Mr. Chair.
Honorable Bautista.
About that sa road, no? Access road. May isa bagong aron ni Kwan sa kay ano na.
Balik ko. Magbalik ko. Ipa-schedule tayo. Ano man nato ito schedule?
Kanino nag-address, Mr. Chair?
Hindi ko ano ang 15 ko?
To whom it and then you refer punong barangay kanino panada ang sulat? Hindi ba copy funds of the mayor?
Basta bukod. Pwede man nga Martis. Last 3.
Okay, how many petitioners, Mr. Chair? 5. Can we invite it sa plenary lang, Sir Mr. Chair, para marami itong discussion?
Ay, matabok. Pwede man.
Hindi mo tagal at sa long kwan. Overdue problem, Mr. Chair.
Okay, together with the punong barangay na lang, Honorable Bautista.
Oo. And then we invite the zoning officer, the official, they were the one who issued the permits in spite may problema sa kalsada na they can really impose some regulations eh.
Okay.
At the same time, ang MDRMO, di pa masunog na, Mr. Chair, delikado ang mga pamuyo, sugod na.
Okay, so kindly note, Madam Secretary.
Chairman will be next session. Next session we have the PNP SOSIA, and we will reiterate our invitation to the manager of Boracay Airport since they have prior commitment today. We have invited PNP SOSIA, and then supposed to be ma-attend ang ang manager at Boracay Airport. Nag-beg off sanda dahil may bisita ko no from Manila.
So sa next
one. We will reiterate our invitation then for next week.
So that will be on June 13th. Independence Day 12.
The 13.
And Malay Day
15.
15.
June 13. 20. Okay.
20. Okay. Okay, other matters? No more matters?
We sent an invitation to the Committee on Laws of the Sangguniang Panlalawigan for the joint committee hearing. While ongoing ang session, Honorable Isal Flores text that the Honorable Governor will not grant our invitation.
Ano? Ano? Tapos Because, excuse me, Mr. Chairman, we're talking of Sangguniang Palawigan eh. Naman sa Governor na ma-request? Vice Governor. So hindi masugot si Vice Governor? Si Vice Gov? Yeah. Hindi mo ito kami sugot. Kami na maobra ito ka ito. Bukot ka mo.
Honorable Grab, imong di naman ma-implement to. So what's the pleasure now of the body?
Ang sa...
So what was
Ay,
the
walang-
reason? They made a call only, telephone call. Flores. So ask Honorable Flores to send us communication immediately from the office of the Vice Mayor.
So we'll be discussing about the ports, no? Ano to? Anong kwento to? Purpose of the joint session.
But so
Ito siguro, I
Honorable
think we have to
Bautista.
talk with our legal officer. Order, please. Mr. Chairman,
Order
I think we have to talk with our legal officer. And sa naman nato na in case may conflict na, mga ibabaw giman ang LGU eh. And then, ikuha naton siguro, sayang nga dapat kunta, gindagan sa korte ron eh. Pag disapprove nanda eh. Dahil ang kuha lang sa ato i-review kung ultra-virus ba ang ato so hindi. Di ba? Kung bala sa daron, so i-refile na ton siguro ang arong ordinansa, and then kung i-disapprove na then we will bring it to court. The reason of disapproving our ordinance. Di ba? Ang naman ka na, i-review na daron kung ultra-virus ang aton ordinance. Pero kung within the law, so why we did disapprove? Dahil ba sa andang under what? Interest? I don't think so. Tapos, kung tira na ito, wala naman silang, they have no power to mag-regulate transport eh. It's only the city and the municipal. Walang provincial na mag-regulate. There's no, tingnan nyo sa provincial law, sa powers ng Sangguniang Palawigan. They have no power to regulate transport. Only the city and municipality has the power to regulate transport eh.
And besides, the advice that we have to harmonize the two ordinances is from their office also. And now we are asking them to sit down and come up with a harmonized ordinance. Tapos kaya mabalibad sanda.
For their harmony.
We have to harmonize with them.
We have to adjust with their...
So what's the pleasure of the body? Are we going to refile it or?
Refile. And the other thing, Mr. Chair, I think we have to make good with our diba we mentioned what we discussed in the last session was the endorsement of the...
Okay, Mr. Chairman, there was, I
we
think,
have to really...
we
Okay,
agreed to,
diba, sir?
we agreed to pass a resolution, di ba, regarding the questioning the development
Oh,
at reclaim area, since there was already a violation on the
expansion.
the court decisions made by the Supreme Court. They have to coordinate with any development to the LGU. So there was already a violations on that court decisions. I think we have to pass the resolution questioning, no, that since they already violated the court decisions.
Or we will furnish or a letter or a resolution addressed to the Supreme Court because they're now violating the decision of the Supreme Court. And I would like to ask also the BFI to do the same.
We will do it.
Yeah, because
Port, Pilot Port.
yun eh.
That's port.
Oh.
No, but any development eh. So that's a part nilang nakadikit na sa reclaim area eh.
Oh.
And they added boulders,
Development.
diba?
Development.
They also added boulders on the reclamation. They added mga 2 meters extension.
It's simple that they started a development without consulting the LGU and BFI.
They
That's
need
their
to have
violation.
a permit for construction of that jetty port.
They are using
From
now no they are I think they are it's the ang it's the yung bagong transport dati nga gantang dia.
Boracay Express.
Hindi ang ang national transportation
DOTR.
DOTR ang nag-request. Kuno.
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Can you take note of that?
Kita lang mag-utang sa
Madam
bangko karon
Secretary?
pagka mo-develop
Oo.
Okay. Announcement? No more? No announcement? Announce Ron? Okay, so if there's no announcement, we'll
Okay.
what will we do?
Chairman,
Honorable
I
Bautista?
since no more business to discuss, so I move for adjournment. Mr. Chairman.
Okay, there's a motion from Honorable
Second.
Bautista
Sandali,
for
Mr.
the
Chairman, I think there was other matters.
Honorable Paderes.
Since Honorable Galinero was not here last Tuesday, the other matters that was here on page for the
Notorium.
the moratorium of the fast food application. Is it and then the 100 years old resolution that was passed by Honorable Sumdad about the 100-year-old.
Okay. Honorable Galinero, kindly fast track those.
I think sa 100 years old, only Honorable Bautista comments if we have available cash for for the beneficiary. And I think Honorable Dato will be the one to ask for the DSWD. Ang may cash tuwa. Amangkot lang.
Okay. Okay. So finally, there's a motion from Honorable Bautista for the adjournment of our 18th regular session, duly seconded by Honorable Pagsugiron. So our 18th regular session is now adjourned at exactly 12 noon. 12:01 ugali. Thank you.